functioning American culture and functioning liberalism are something that is a living memory for me, that I lived through and that I saw. And for these young guys that are getting caught up in some of these extreme right wing politics, they've never seen that. So how can they even imagine it's possible when it's never been part of their experience? I get that.
They do imagine it's possible. They're bitter that it's not that, and so they will burn it down and want to rebuild it for themselves. And they want war. A lot of them want war.
Yeah,
they want to be warriors more than they want to be brave. They want to be a warrior.
It's Ares incarnating.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm worried about, because I'm worried about that's going to be the spirit that takes over.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
and the
post, guys.
Right. And the post-election thirst for vengeance from the winning side. It's like the winning side is not done wanting to punish its enemies, even though it won. That is so un-American and so destructive and so disturbing for me to see.
So how do you de-escalate?
They're doing it explicitly, they're not doing it implicitly. That's the only difference between the last two situations, I think.
That's true. Definitely, I would say the Biden administration did the same thing, to be totally fair. I agree.
It was trying to do it like back.
If I could chime in real quick just before we get away from the word, I think it's fitting that you said Aries incarnate. We just had Neptune move into Aries, which is a very slow moving transit. Like I don't forget, I think it's like 128 years or something to go all the way around the zodiac. And Neptune Aries is the spiritual warrior, like the guy who has an ideal, a dream ideal, and is like, I'm going
Holy shit, how coincidental is that?
I'm going to instantiate this ideal, and like, even if by violent martial means, because Aries is ruled by Mars. And also that's kind of fitting as far as a
violent ideal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Nate, if you want to keep going with this, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm gonna shut it down at 2 because I gotta go get stuff to make BLTs. I would like to cage the end of it like this, though, because, like, again, knowledge, knowing as you are known. I don't know James Lindsay. I don't know Peterson. I consume their content. I don't know them at all. I've never met them. Probably never will. Don't have any interest to. I know you guys through this medium. Knowing as you are known. How do we... I try to cultivate a space that I think is moving more toward people having sex and babies and not screaming at each other all the time, hopefully. I mean, my primary goal here is for people to be hooking up, okay? We need some more women on screen. But getting married. Listen, I will trample down death by whatever means. If have premarital sex at this point, okay? Who cares? Have babies, all right? I'm not prescribing it. I'm just saying it's better than we all been dying in depopulation. But how do we cultivate spaces both so we can do it this way in TLC where we can talk about it, get to know persons first. So it's about you guys. I know you guys. It's not, I don't want to talk to academics. I don't give a shit. Go do your academic stuff. I don't care. I want to talk to people and get to know them because that's the thing that's going to actually affect how people live and change so that we could build physical spaces, maybe, that lend toward people getting married and having babies. And that's a lot of what the whole American system is, the whole space is orchestrated against us. How do we start changing that?
I would say that the fear of losing, Nate being old enough to kind of have remembered the American dream ideal enacted, is that to Luke's point, it's going away whether we want it to or not. And even if it's sad, and we wish that maybe our kids could have had some of the things that we obviously we took for granted or something in a certain way. But to the point, what it sounds like is making is that the influence that we have upon each other from one another in the digital space may it be possible that it can spill out into reality, that hospitality, care, respect, and honor, and these things that I think some of those words would actually speak to a younger generation. They're looking for real examples of those things, and then try to build them in our churches and our synagogues. Like, try to build them there. Like, really try to influence marriages and babies and lives to be shaped where we go, where it spills out. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. Wonderful. I just want to highlight these 2 Shankenstein comments because they're amazing. That's maybe one of the best one besides Yawn Gods about like Christ is King. That was also funny. But this one is like legitimately good. And then also this. That's right. Sacrificing the Ares extreme violent ideal for normal human life. Mm-hmm. Those 2 are about my favorite ones. Good job.
Let's go be hobbits.
Yeah. This one's also good.
So I've been thinking a lot about Galatians.
Okay.
And you have the circumcised Pharisees who are now oriented towards Messiah, right? But they don't really want to sit with the weirdo non-circumcised people that are coming in. They're separate. They're at separate tables. They won't eat together, right? And Peter is even like, all right, goes along with it, whatever. And Paul has to come in and put the hammer down on everybody. No, you all sit down together and share in Eucharistic Thanksgiving, eating together. Everybody, you cannot separate like this. This is
estuary.
I think, estuary, but I think that's it. Common meals. A lot of this has to do with food stuff. Like what Jose what's the guy's name? The famous chef was just on Rogan, talking about food. That's a common thing that comes up on Rogan. Eating together. Sherry, Nate, up at Northwestuary. Barbecue. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Spaces to eat together. Not like fine dining, small portions, big portions, but high quality food. You drink an entire bottle of wine. Maybe 2. You hang out for 3 or 4 hours. Where are those American restaurants? They don't exist.
Barbecue all day. Have barbecues. Invite people over for the barbecues. Barbecue.
Barbecue and
barbecue, baseball, and beer, and we're good to go.
Okay. Also, go Timberwolves, I think. Okay.
Also, it's a beautiful spot to end. I just joined a little late. Of course, I have so many thoughts, but also, I suppose this would be timely to say, I've been thinking about those ideas as well. I'm trying to move out of my parents' house. It would be nice to not like get some lame apartment or something. It's like maybe there's people from Estuary that I could like,
hell yeah, buddy.
And I actually just bought a van today. The plan is to do a little bit of a road trip until Midwestern, and we're gonna hopefully visit some people from the spaces, and it's very exciting. And
nice.
Woo!
Listen, I'm still hot on TLC. I still love it. Other people want to call it other things. Yeah. Like I was talking with Trip and Sam, they want to call it PVK World, and I'm like, you guys are such like. It's emanation and emergence. It's so clearly emerged. TLC's the name. Like, I mean, you're just a Protestant if you want to call it something else.
Oh, damn.
I remember I proposed this little clearing.
This little clearing? That's a nice one. Because that's that Rumi quote. Out beyond right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there.
Heidegger.
Can we call it?
I'm still reworking the thislittlecorner.com, so let's not change it, please.
Are you trying to fix that?
Yeah, I've got transcripts working. It's coming along.
That's such a good tool. Good. Okay. All right.
I was really sad. That's like a great tool for clipping as well. Like I like to do the clips, and when I make like the mega clips where I put a bunch of videos together, you could go to TLC, search for a particular word or topic, you find this awesome clip. That was a great website. That's exciting to hear that it'll be back.
Yes. All right. Well, cool. On that note, let's shut her down. Thanks, guys.
Right.
I appreciate it. It was a good one. Knowing as you are known. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out, everyone. Love people. Have babies. Eat barbecue. Play baseball.